This was an incident where Jeremiah was calling for help. He was the one asking for help. He came down the stairs and said, "Hey, I'm the one who called." And minutes later, he has his head run into a fence. This was definitely a complex case with a client who had some baggage. He was a convicted felon from his past. There are elements of alleged domestic violence, some allegations of vandalism at his former workplace.
Mental health issues, drug use issues.
He was incarcerated pending litigation. We didn't know if he was going to be out of jail by the time trial came around.
She had to adjust a little bit with evidence coming in, perhaps slightly different than she anticipated. She adjusted extremely well. She, I think, had the jury really believing her client. He wasn't the most likable.
There was some very powerful evidence presented, some very powerful testimony, and in particular there was some expert testimony on the issue of use of force.
Our expert Jack Smith in this case, one of his biggest problems with how the officers conducted themselves was that they went in to SWAT and what he calls stormtrooper tactics. The Department of Justice report said, we do have some problems here.
She did an amazing job of bringing out the facts with the witnesses that did testify for the defense in this case.
Usually our best witnesses end up being the defendants. And so the sergeant is on the stand and we're cross-examining him, and she says, essentially, "So it's your testimony that the handcuffed prisoner sitting on the ground with his hands behind his back jumped up and tried to escape by running to the canine officer?" And he said, "Yes."
Amy presented a very well-organized case. It was logical, and the jury were able to follow the story.
I've always been impressed with her amazing thoroughness and preparation. If I had a pet peeve, it's attorneys who show up and they're kind of finding their case through as they present it, and she doesn't have any of that at all.
I'm very proud of Amy. I'm very proud of her for taking on this case. It was definitely a David and Goliath type of case, and you would have never known it because she was in it to win it. Congratulations, Amy, and I look forward to winning the next one with you.
Congratulations, Amy. Well-deserved award.